celebrate with you. I love that story about you getting the Barbie for me. That made me cry a little bit. You've always been the best mom I could ask for, and I love you. Happy birthday.
I had best mom ever. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I love you.
Hi, Mom. I love you. You are the greatest mom in the world. I feel like it's not really a story. I think it's more of an observation in a dumb way. But I feel like you really did stop your world to deal with us when we were kids and growing up. And I think it's been very cool and very great because I know you've always loved to travel, and you know that's one thing that I always really love to do. And I almost want to feel like I pushed you a little bit too, you know, a few years ago when I started going to really get back into yourself and really do things for you. And I think it's been a very incredible thing to watch as, you know, an adult that has, you know, continuously has mom, of course. But I don't know. I feel like there's 150 million stories that, of course, I could tell about you because you are a great mom, and I appreciate you so much, and I love your advice, and I love everything about you, and I just wish you a happy 60th. And I love watching. I know I'm not really watching you because you are an adult. Of course, you're turning 60, but it's been great to just watch you grow back into yourself as taking, time stop to take care of us, which we much appreciate. So thank you very much. I love you, and I hope you had a great day.
Hi, Laurie.
Laurie.
So, Laurie, we think you're so sweet and so lovely and so cool. I'll bet you're from Iowa. Is that right? It seems like that's where you'd be from, because all those Iowans are so sweet and so cool. Laurie, I remember when times were a little tough for me, and I was looking for something to do business-wise. And I approached your wonderful husband, and we were talking about going into business together. And Paul was checking me out, and I was checking him out, or whatever. But I just remember that it was just an automatic. You're like, it's Greg. We know Greg. He's like family. He's a great friend. We're doing it. It meant so much to me, Laurie. You are so sweet, so lovely. I think so many positive things about you. I can't believe you're 60. I didn't know that you were older than me, but just a little bit. Actually, I won't be 60 until next year. But I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you and am amazed by you and your faith and your love for your husband. You guys really make Kelly and I very proud to be your friends.
And I want to add to that, Laurie. So happy 60th. You know that I love you. And just a quick little story. I remember when our friend group we go to, you and Liz seem to plan all the trips. Anyways, you always had such fun trips planned. And we were going to Galena, and we stopped somewhere for lunch. And I told you I had my first massage, and you had me so worried that I was going to get a major headache from the massage that you said you have to drink so much, Kelly, especially if you're going to get a deep tissue massage. You have to drink a lot. So the next day I had the massage, and I kept drinking and drinking and drinking. I practically did not make it off the table without peeing on the table. So thanks to you, I almost peed all over the massage table. So that's my fun story. Laurie, you are, as one of your friends said, you are the salt of the earth. You are so wonderful. You love deeply. You love fiercely. And I love you for that. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We love you.
Hello, Laurie. I wanted to tell my story about the first time we met. I don't know if you remember it, but we were in Milwaukee, and you and Paul lived in Phoenix, so we hadn't met you before. We were at Neil Von Art's first wedding. And so we were all there. We were in the groom's party, and you and Paul had come into town. And I remember I walked over to Paul's room because I needed somebody to iron my tie. And so I stepped up, I knocked on the door, you opened it, first time I ever met you. I held up my tie and I'm like, hey, would you iron my tie for me? And you're like, I really have no idea who you are. So it was, but you dealt with it great. You had such a good sense of humor. And I thought it was funny, but it was just a great, funny experience. So thanks for ironing my tie and opening the door and not slamming it in my face.
Hello, Laurie. Happy birthday. We love you. My story is going to be how a lot of my young childhood, I just remember you and my wonderful single mother dragging me to all the bars to drink your margaritas. And I would just color and have the time of my life. No, but it was always great. I loved having you around. You're like a second mom. So I am very blessed that I grew up knowing you.
Oh, that's nice. And and that's why you're not godmother. And because we did take her to a lot of bars. One, enchiladas. It was not a nightclub bar. It was a patio. And I had the wonderful fortune of meeting Laurie when she was at Mars, and I worked for the CEO of Mars. And Laurie I told her that I had a 2-year-old daughter at the time, and that didn't bother her. She wouldn't want to hang out with someone who had a 2-year-old, but not Laurie. And so we had so many wonderful memories, a lot that I shouldn't share in public. And with Laurie, well, we didn't talk about Boston, but they did talk about Vegas. I will tell you this, that when we were in Napa and we went to Calistoga Springs, and Laurie talked to me into doing this mud bath that our friends had told us, it's great, you're gonna love it. Well, it was really disgusting. It smelled. We spent like 30 minutes in this god-awful thing. Then they had to hose us off like we were cattle. And the long and the short of it is, a couple months later, we were talking on the phone, and Laurie said, or I said, one of us first, I'm pregnant. I go, oh, I'm pregnant too. And then we both laughed so hard because we were like, I wonder whose children from the mud bath these are. And
enter Megan and my sister.
Megan and Danielle were born. And months later, and not from the mud bath, but that is
Maybe.
yeah, maybe. But anyway, Laurie, happy birthday. I love you. And look forward to 60 more years of fun together.
Laurie, I wanted to tell you, remember when we were like in high school and stuff, and you were old enough to drive, but you had to take me to school all the time? I remember you used to go pick up your cheerleading girlfriends there, and I was sitting in the back seat. You got some pretty good looking girlfriends back there in high school. So anyway, that's it. Happy birthday. I got your whole video full of a bunch of stuff, so sorry.
Yeah, there's so many memories.
Yeah.
It's like they're just they come back when you see all the pictures.
Yeah. All right. Well, the best. Yeah, that's good.
Hi, Laurie. It meant so much to us when you did the readings at our wedding and kicked off our marriage 5 years ago after 25 plus years of your lovely marriage. So thank you so much and happy birthday.
Hi, Laurie. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We are so happy we met you years ago. We had a chance to talk to Megan, and that was so fun because obviously we were watching our girls in preschool. It feels like yesterday when you're talking about time ticking so quick. It's just true. So this is a beautiful party. We're enjoying looking at all the little trivia questions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
we really appreciate it. I mean, it's fun to see for my beautiful bride. We have people from Arizona and Iowa and Utah and Minnesota and
Woodbury.
Woodbury.
Exotic.
There were going to be some, friends we talked to from high school, college, in Minnesota. So it's beautiful to see all the love that's going my bride's way. So thank you guys for coming here. This is terrific. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a few words here. Yes, a few. And then Laurie will be up. And then I have 7 stories to share. 2 are audio, 1 is a video, 1 we read in person, and 3 I'm going to go over because they are not here. So a couple other things. I know a lot of people know me. I love my dad jokes. So I got 1. You ready?
Yes.
This is Dad. Where you at? Can you hear me, Dad? What makes a dad joke? Pretty much anything you say to him. So I have told a few of you about.
Ready, everybody? Yes.
Now sing chicken fries.
So who knows this person? Not a ton, but a few people know this person. All right, her name's Patty and her husband Bob. They live in Arizona. I've known Laurie a long time. If you ever want to know anything about turtles, you're the one who goes through. So they approve the metric. So Patty sent a note. So we have 7. So I'll just Patty's up ready up. She couldn't make it. She was very sad, but. So this I can't do Patty's voice. You just have to trust me. So Patty said, when I met Laurie when she was at Bar Foods in Arizona. It was 1990. She was a designer for the products. She also ordered printing, lots of coupons. I was in sales and called her in person to get her print needs for the little print business I worked for called Buzz Print. I thought she was so crazy. From Arizona, she also just went to Santa Fe with Laurie and Caleb. So I have like 7 pages from Stacy. So this is from Stacy. Happy 60th birthday, Laurie. Oh, how I wish we could be there to join in the big celebration of you. It will undoubtedly be a blast. Nonetheless, I'm so grateful for our trip to Santa Fe this summer. After all these years, it felt like we picked up right where we left off, and at times, I felt like we were carefree young adults again. Laurie, your light shines bright, and I'm so blessed to know you. Your friendship is a treasured gift from above. Wishing you the happiest birthday, Stacy. I hit up Tracy a while back because I said, Laurie's got a few country music superstars who would love to have some kind of message here. So she put the word out in her circles that she does that. And I did my goofy, where's my kids? I chased them down on Snapgram and Pocket Dance. So on my MySpace account. But I did a lot of, so let's see if you guys know who this person is. Who knows this guy? Anybody? Who is it? All right, so let's do a little listen. This is like 2 minutes long, so.
Hey there, No Shoes Nation. Kenny Chesney here, sending a big old shout out to all of you gathered today. I hear there's a special celebration going on for none other than Laurie Barthold. Now, Laurie, You're one heck of a fan, and I gotta say, you're something special. I even heard you managed to drag Paul to one of my shows. Bet he had a blast, but I gotta wonder, what did you promise him to get him? Well, after nearly 26 years of marriage, it looks like y'all are still sparking that flame. Way to go, Laurie and Paul. Thanks for showing up to celebrate Laurie today. Y'all have a blast, and don't forget to grab a drink or two. Paul's treat, of course. I can't wait to see y'all out on my Sun Goes Down 2024 tour. Happy birthday, Laurie. Cheers to you.
We did some hiking and got a few New Year's together. Remember missing the Tom Petty concert, Laurie? What did we do? We went for margaritas. Sense of theme with this woman. Another funny memory. Lynn, wonderful Lynn, had tickets and took us all to the Phoenix Open, which she did for us one day. That was a lot of fun. And the birthday. That was big for me. It's still now. It was during the Phoenix Open. It's not so old, whatever it's called now. That was big for Patty, who was a small town girl from Wisconsin. I had so much fun dancing. Laurie was the one who always kept the friends together. Lynn did too. And we added friends as time went on. Patty's daughter Lindsay and I also lived with Laurie for nearly 3 months before they moved to Missouri to live with Patty's fiance, which is now her husband Bob. Never an issue, Laurie was fine with it. A great roommate, truly the best friend a girl could have. So much love and giving her heart. She will always be a very special part of my life and history living in Arizona. Happy 60th birthday. Sending many hugs and huge blessings, Laurie. May all your wishes come true. Love you, my dear friend. Love always, Patty Rob. Okay, next up. Anybody know this gentleman? Not many. This is Reed Spanky. These might be a little different stories. So what happened, Lynn, maybe you can help with this. So Reed said nothing long as Patty. They had 2 little snippets. One is, Reed is taking credit for us meeting on December 31st, 1996. Agree, not agree?
She was with me. And yes, we went to meet Reed and we were there. We got to interviews.
All right. So he gets partial.
He gets partial.
Now this one. Okay, this one. Okay, it's not on one of those cards, but this is something that if you want the answer to, you're going to have to ask Laurie. Okay, you guys ready? And don't ask her around kids. I'll say it right now. Reed's question is, what's hot, blonde, and runs faster than an Ethiopian chicken? And you can ask Laurie, and there's also a story behind it, so I'll let you figure that out with her. So, come on. No,
I was going to say,
that's Laurie. I know this one. We have somebody here, our wonderful, amazing friend, Brenda Reller. And I do have it printed off. Brenda, if you want, you can add to it, whatever.
Laurie, you are an awesome friend. And you are an awesome friend, but you also put family first. And this is an example of Laurie putting family first. We were doing one of our out-of-town weekends with the ladies, but before we could leave town, we had to stop at a store because Laurie needed to pick up the latest and greatest Barbie doll for Aaron.
Aaron, do you still have it?
Laurie had been looking everywhere for this, and she finally found it. So she's like, "We have to stop." And no problem. We, as moms, we all get that. So once we had that doll in the car, Laurie was ready for the weekend, and she was ready to go. Speaking of the ladies' weekends, Laurie is always up for an adventure. She has a way of making it extra special, locating interesting tours, planning a big part of the trip sometimes, unique places to eat. And we did have margaritas one time. I am remembering that now. It always makes it a fun weekend when Laurie's there. So from Jim and I, we wish you the happiest of birthdays. Congratulations, 60 years, that's awesome. Love you. Thank you.
I'm wishing you a very happy birthday and hoping that in the next decade that Juicy Peach will stay as juicy. Love you, miss you, happy birthday!
That's not like bread bars.
Ashton Kutcher. So I need to get someone in Hollywood. So I also reached out to Jeff Swan. Because Jeff is my cousin and he's a stuntman and does all that stuff. So I'm getting a publicist and I'm getting a podcast. So anyway, now let's see if you guys know who this guy is. In case somebody doesn't know this, who knows the story about how Laurie and I met? Only again. So we're at the party that obviously Reed set up and invited us to.
Yeah.
But we're standing next to each other and she said, have you ever heard of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon? And I knew the name, but I, of course, when a beautiful woman standing next to you and you wanted to talk to you, you say, no, tell me no. So 28 years later, here we are. So,
good afternoon, Kevin Bacon here. Well, sort of, I've got a special birthday shout out for my dear friend Laurie Barthel. Laurie, I've heard you've been a fan since planes, trains, and automobiles. You've got great taste, fun, fully intended. Here's a fun twist. I'm told you met your husband at a New Year's Eve party after dropping the classic. Ever heard of the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon game? It's a line many have tried, but Laurie, you clearly have the magic touch. Almost 26 years of marriage later, I hear Paul still in the, what's she doing with him? Although if he ever gets tired of me, I might just have to give you some competition for Laurie's heart. But all jokes aside, Laurie, I hope your birthday is as fantastic as you are. Kira and I are sending all our love your way for a year filled with happiness, laughter, and a little bit of bacon. By the way, this is not actually me, it's AI Kevin Bacon. Since Paul pulled out all the stops, trying to reach the real deal, I hope this message still brings a smile to your face. Happy birthday, Laurie.
So now you're clear. I tried my ass off. I couldn't get anybody. So then this popped up. So yes, Kenny Ches and Kevin Bacon were both AI generated. I actually sounded pretty good, didn't it? Did anybody not believe it was what I thought? That was pretty good.
When I look at all of the photos that Paul and Megan and Aaron and Polly had put together on the slideshow that was going a little earlier, I just feel very honored that with all the people that have been a part of my life, and it made my life so wonderful. So I have all these countless friends, such as you all here, fabulous coworkers, neighbors, fellow church parishioners, and my brothers and sisters who are here and all of their families, Paul's family, extended family, and of course my parents and grandparents who aren't here with us anymore. But it just makes me feel so blessed to have so many of you in my life. And of course my wonderful kids, Megan, Aaron, and Polly, and they've all enriched my life so much. And of course, first and foremost, my lovely husband, Paul, and my partner in life, who has been putting up with me for over 25 years. So good for you.
Hey, Laurie, brother Greg. Jake, okay. Laurie, little brother Greg. Remember when we were growing up and we were were in your room on the bunk beds, and we were hitting the balloon back and forth, and I hit the balloon up hard, and I hit the light, and the light fell down, and Dad came in. It was roaring mad. Well, I kind of told Dad it was your fault. So, sorry about that, but I think everything's okay. All right.
Hey, Laurie, one of the things I remember was after you guys were living in Michigan, my wife came out and painted the front door of your house red. So you sold the house. You came back to Minnesota. And you lived with us for a while. And we wish you'd come back. Because when you were living with us, you would do the grocery shopping. And whenever you borrowed our cars, you brought it back with a full tank of gas. So if you ever need to come back, you're more than welcome. And if you have to, you bring Paul with you. Okay? I'm done.
Laurie, I just want to say thank you so much for helping me with these little stories. She helped me a lot. We set up a video, and Cindy was and she helped with the music. And I never forgot it, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Laurie, trying to yell at you. We would tell you other stories, but really most of mine are Paul's. Sorry. The only thing I remember is that you'd always just say, "Oh, Paul, oh, Paul," because everything Paul did, you always had to say, "Oh, Paul." Otherwise, happy birthday.
So hi, who's seeing this? She'll know it's me. Hi, my name is Kelly. I'm Laurie's sister-in-law. I've had the honor of knowing her. Actually, I met her for the first time when Paul and Laurie met on New Year's Eve, way back when in Arizona. I feel grateful to be there on the first night. She and I have had many firsts together. I feel honored that both her and I were pregnant at the same time with my Madison and with my Casey. So that was really super great. Laurie was my first sister ever, only having had Paul as a brother. I never knew what it was like to have a sister until I had Laurie. She paved the way, as all sisters do, for being just a great inspiration for me. Probably my funniest story ever, and Paul tells us all the time, just like Paul tells stories way too many times, but when we were in Hawaii together as a family and we saw the hottest waiter ever, his name was Brock, and both her and I thought he was the hottest waiter ever. And Craig my husband, did not appreciate that we thought he was the hottest waiter ever. And when we left the bar, Laurie and I were in the back of the van, like plastered to the window, like, there he is. And Craig floored it to get the hell out of there as soon as possible. Her and I don't think I've ever laughed that hard with her ever. And so anyways, great memory. I'm so blessed to have known her for as long as I have. I wish her so many years of love and happiness. And I'm so grateful that she's my sister-in-law, and I love her to death. And I hope I did okay. I love you. That was it.
Happy birthday. Happy 60th, Laurie. What a wonderful time and what a wonderful celebration. I wish you much luck this year and enjoy every moment.
Hello, my beautiful bride. This was so much fun to get to do for you, and I'm so glad you helped and put your obviously touches all over the place on this. I'm very lucky and blessed to have been with you for the last 28 years-ish. Make every day great, even when we're not always seeing eye to eye, but I'm very happy that you're as patient with me as possible, because I need someone with a lot of patience, but love you to death, and I'm waiting for the next 26, so love you.
birthday, Laurie. You're the best.
Happy birthday, Laurie.